Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into some My Hero, baby. Season 6 is finally here. Finally started. First episode dropped, what's today? Monday, so 2 days ago on Saturday. And I'm super excited for this season, as most people who are fans of the show are, because last season was good. I mean, it's always a good show, like you through and through. But you know, sometimes there's always like seasons where it's kind of like a little bit more slower, a little bit more character development, not as much like, you know, true grit and action between the villains and stuff, which is what makes the show so good. Last season, if I remember correctly, the first arc was like kind of like training arc where they went up against Class B and whatnot, and that's like when we first learned about Deku and his what his version of like One for All really is, and like he's gonna start inheriting even more and more quirks from the past users. And this first one kind of went out of control, which was this quirk called Black Whip, I believe. I can't remember the user's name, but he was trying to kind of talk to him and this vision that he was having in the middle of his training session. And so that's what sparked, Deku having to train even more and talking about it with All Might. And, Bakugo's part of the situation now because, Bakugo knows everything now since he's been, he felt like he was left out even though he's so talented. They've always had quite an interesting relationship because they're very close. It's just that Bakugo is so competitive that he never wanted to give Deku his, not really respect, but like he just like couldn't like let him, get ahead of him. Like he always is feeling that he needs to be ahead of him and that he's he's the better, more talented hero. And it's kind of one of those things like, why wasn't I chosen for the quirk? And he was, sort of thing. And it was something that Bakugo was really struggling with, but they finally came to terms and have a better relationship now, because they've always had like a kind of like, it seemed like a negative or kind of bullying relationship from Bakugo. At least that's how it's always first, began, because Bakugo thought he was better than everybody else. But now it's more of a mutual respect, even though Bakugo is very an eccentric, seems like a negative person, but he's just very competitive and he's just very competitive, and feels like he is very talented. Like he's one of the best students in the school, really. So from last season, we were seeing that that they resolved their shit with, and then All Might also resolved that with them. I think that was like at the end of like season 3, if I'm not mistaken, or was it season 4? I can't remember. I think it was the end of season 3, something like that. So they finally came on to good terms, at least on a mutual respect level. And Bakugo knows everything going on with All Might and Deku, so they kind of have like a three-man relationship on like what this secret is and what's really good with that. So Bakugo has been trying to help him out, and he spends a lot of time with All Might and Deku now with the training, even after like the actual training session between Class A and Class B. So that was the first arc, and then the second arc was more of the villain arc, where we saw kind of Tomura Shigaraki kind of going through the same thing in his own way. Like, it was kind of like a training arc, like where he needed this help from the doctor or whatever, that like the doctor's like with All for One, since All for One's in prison, and then so he needs this help from the doctor, but the doctor wasn't going to get to just help him out right. He was like, no, you got to make this motherfucker submit, which was Gigantomachia. I think I pronounced that right. Something like that. It's either Gigantomachia or it's Gigantomachia, whatever. It's the huge motherfucker, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. That was like kind of like his training, where he was up like literally like 24/7 trying to find a way to, fighting this dude, running away from him, everything, trying to make him submit, because Gigantomachia, he was answering to All for One before that, so he was like, no, you're not the same. There's no way I'm answering to you at the level that you're at. You're not strong enough. I don't give a fuck. So he had to make him submit, and the way he did that was that the Liberation Army at the same time was, calling them out and being like, hey, come over to the city, and we're gonna do things our way. We're gonna get rid of you just because we think the way of our doing things is better. So Tomura's like, all right, fuck it, I actually will go over there. And this is while Gigantomachia was sleeping for a little bit, because he only rested for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, and then he was back at it. So while it was perfect timing, while Gigantomachia was resting, he's always going to know where Shigaraki is. So whether it's through smell, or I don't know exactly if they explained that or not, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like smell or something. He's just like, oh yeah, Shigaraki, all right, I'm in that direction. So he's like, all right, since he's asleep, let's go over, challenge these guys or whatever they want to do. And worst comes to worst, Giganta Machia comes through and he'll fuck everybody up, and then maybe like at the same time, however strong these people are that were facing the Liberation Army, maybe we'll be able to get Giganta Machia to submit that way. All in all, the villains had their own sort of like power up during that fight with the Liberation Army. Like the League of Villains, they all kind of sort of had their own power up. Like Toga, she was able to actually use Uraraka's quirk, which is crazy. So now she can not only impersonate someone's identity, but also their quirk, which is fucking insane. That was a crazy power up. Twice had a crazy power up where he finally conquered his fear of duplicating himself. Because he did that before earlier in his life, and it really fucked him up mentally because he didn't even know if he was like the real one anymore, and like they like killed each other and shit. So he has like a really dark past with that, but he finally overcame that fear once again, and created a whole army of himself. Like it was fucking crazy. So he powered up. Dabi's always been very strong. I don't know if he necessarily powered up or not, but he was going up a valiant opponent with I was able to freeze water or whatever. And then Shigaraki went up against the main dude, which was I think his name's Restro or something like that. Something like that. He was the leader. He's got a big ass fucking nose. His quirk is crazy, but Tomura himself was evolving during that fight and like during that whole encounter with the Liberation Army, and also just through fighting Giganta Machia for so long, he started evolving himself where he didn't need to directly touch you anymore to disintegrate you, turn you to dust, basically. And that showed, and Restro or whatever his name is pushed Tomura to his limits, to where he evolved and he powered up himself. And we also during that fight got looked back into his past and a flashback with him and his family, his father, kind of treating him pretty shitty, and not really. All because he wanted to be a hero, and his father had his own problems with that because his grandmother, which was All Might's master, kind of left him and abandoned him because that was the best way to really keep him safe and away from all of the villain stuff, especially since you have One for All. I mean, you don't want that. You don't want your child involved in that sort of situation because All for One is going to be coming for you, and All for One's a sick motherfucker. He will do anything to watch you suffer mentally. Like he's very calculated in what he does, and he knows what he's doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if All Might's master, what's her name? I think Shimura, something like that. If she kept the kid around, then All for One would have taken him captive or taken advantage of him in some way. Just like in the situation. I mean, that Shigaraki is Shimura's grandson, and All for One has brought him in, groomed him since he was a kid, and made him into what he is now. So it's really crazy to see like what how his past was and whatnot, and how he came to be what he is now. And after all that, he made Restro submit, he made Giganta Machia submit, and now they're a combined force, the Liberation Army and the League of Villains, and they got some new name now called the Paranormal fucking Liberation Force, some shit like that. But that's basically where we left off on Season 5. This season, I mean, like I said, I'm a manga reader for this story as well. I have not seen or read any of these chapters that are going to be coming in this Season 6 for probably about, probably a year or a year and a half, because it's been so long. The manga is a good amount ahead in this story than the anime. It's a good amount ahead. But yeah, I haven't seen or read any of this in a long time, so I'm very excited to see it. I know the general scope of what's to come, like kind of like what the I guess topic or the main focus is going to be in this season. I just don't remember every little detail, much like how I watch my One Piece reactions and stuff like that, since I'm a manga reader for that. There's only a few manga I read. I read My Hero, One Piece, Black Clover, and I read Bleach. And Bleach I haven't read in like a year either. So I'm very excited to watch that one that starts. But that's what I'm saying. This is like where I feel like the anime is its most final product of these stories, because you're seeing everything moving and the voice acting and the soundtracks, like everything combined all at once. It's so beautiful. So I know this season's going to be a banger. Hopefully they don't rush too much of it. I don't think they would. My Hero is usually very good about their adaptations. Besides, I mean, in the League of Villain arc at the end of Season 5, the second half of that season, I felt like it was a little rushed, but I don't think it was terrible. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Their adaptations are usually pretty good, so I'm very excited for this season. I think most people are. A lot of people that read the manga are very excited, and also just, you know, fans of the show that are anime only, they're super excited that it's back. I am as well. And, yeah, man, My Hero, man, this is such a good show. This show has been kind of the gateway for some of my friends to get into anime. So, yeah, it's definitely a banger, and I'm so happy it's back. So, without further ado, enough of my rambling. Let's get into it. Leave a like down on the video if you like it. Comment, let's have a discussion, and subscribe if you're new. There's plenty more reactions where this came from. Let's fucking do this shit, baby. I like how they do this at the beginning of every season. In a world where 80% of humans have these things called quirks. It's like a little summary at the beginning of every season. Get you back into it. Bro, that fight was nasty. Overhaul, oh my god. Our second spring at UA. So this is the beginning of their second year. They're not freshmen anymore. This is the beginning of their second year. Because in Japan, school starts in the spring. As far as I know, I think I'm right on that. Yep, this is right where we left off. Redestro, yeah. Yeah, Shigaraki is literally the grand commander of all these people. The Paranormal Liberation Front, baby! Nah, that's tough. That's tough. Alrighty then. So basically the previous leadership of the Meta Liberation Army and then also Shigaraki's friends, they're all the lieutenants. So those are the higher-ups of this new force, this villain force. Oh, that's right, dude. Hawks is fucking a double agent. He's investigating this. That's right. I remembered this now. His quirk blossomed, and now he finally connected with the doctor, and the doctor's gonna... He started experiments on him. And that's right, Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo were interning with, Endeavor. New opening, baby. Oh, I like the riff. Bro, so much shit happens this season, bro. I'm so excited, dog. I'm so excited for a bunch of people that only, you know, some of my friends, they're only anime watchers. Like, dog, bro, I cannot wait for them to see some of this shit. And anybody out there that's an anime only watcher, like, I'm sure some of y'all, before coming to this reaction or seeing these episode reactions throughout this season in the next couple weeks, like, bro, so much shit goes down, dude. Let's go, baby. 1 month earlier. Toga's so cute. Dude, Twice is fucking hilarious.
1名を除き、皆各地にある拠点を治めていたリーダーたちだ。拠点を任された身ゆえ、デーカ市の再臨祭には参加していないが、その実力は波のヒーローを軽く凌駕する。
You got a support regiment, intelligent regiment, fucking... I didn't read the other two, but I'm assuming, you know, like, offense and shit like that.
全校戦意を把握できたのは、幼少の頃から叩き込まれてきた公安の交渉術の賜物だ。もう一つ、彼らが具体的に何をしようとしてるのか。現行制度、すなわちヒーローの殲滅、上場原始。 法が意味を失ったように混沌の世を作り出し、瓦礫の王座に彼は
Oh, the hype of all this, bro.
再現。
You know, deciphering of what might, you know, what they're planning to do and what's actually going to be coming to fruition at some point.
こちらこそピースが揃ったのはあなたのおかげだ。ブバイガーラ人。
まあ大丈夫だ。お前、俺たちのために身を粉にして働いてるもん。
See, they're having such a good relationship now, but Hawks is getting a lot of the information that he's passing on to the heroes through Twice.
なあ、ホークス。一緒に好きに飛ぼうな。
分かっていた。
Oh man, Twice is so naive.
気のいいやつだってことは。
He's not. Yeah. See, no. I mean, I guess it's a version of naiveness. Is that like he's just a good person that somehow ended up in all this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a good-natured person. This dude is an actual doctor at an hospital.
蛇空総合病院創設者にして現理事長。個性に根ざした地域医療を開発。
Oh, you know what's crazy that I was thinking was something that I thought at the end of the season when I saw this motherfucker? Isn't this the same doctor that
個人病院
told Deku when he was a kid and his mom that he didn't have a quirk? I swear to God, it's the same doctor. I have not gone back to watch that first episode in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's the same.
ガラキ9代。こいつがオール・フォー・ワンの懐刀。我々にはホスヤ
Dude, the tension and the anticipation, everything's starting to build, man. This is so fucking dope.
の市民や兵士
Feeling goosebumps.
オール・フォー・ワンの逮捕拘束ができたものの、ナンバーワンヒーローオールマイトは実質的な引退に追い込まれた。それでもやらなければならない。
Bro, this shit is about to be wild, dog.
そして連合。いや。頂上解放戦線の
Let's go, baby. Squad up.
私たちここにいて大丈夫？
小森。
膨大な力を手にした今、信楽は最短で目的を達成するつもり。初動で少し力を借りたいだけだから、すぐ後方に回します。
I don't know, bruh. Shit, that's very hopeful. Why am I at the very front, Kaminari, dude? I mean, that's one thing that you need, though. You need someone that is able to that keep everybody chill, and people like that Shroom girl that is really worried. Like you got to be able to reassure them and just tell them that everything's gonna be all right. Because if you don't, then their mind will drift and they won't be able to focus.
雷さんの帯電、頂上解放戦線の構成員は
Fucking Ayoma, his fucking costume, dude.
雷さん
Elegance.
に送ったんです。雷たち本当に大丈夫かよ？大丈夫大丈夫。雷も常闇も立派なヒーローだもん。
あまたある病院から蛇空を突き止めたのもあいつか。どこで何してる？
一応機密なんだ。
何が機密だ？俺は備えたぞ。お前の言った通りに。
Bro, this shit has been building and building and building. I'm fucking loving this. See, season 5 was kind of like the preparation for all this.
あ、いるじゃん。
どういうことだ？ヒーローの姿が見えない。
Oh yeah, this motherfucker's a part of the Paranormal Liberation Front.
知らねえのはおめえらだけだ。裏切り者の解放信者。すげえ。なんで俺様が後方支援なんだよ。前線行かせろよ。
私たちも行くよ。
Bro, this is lit. I didn't think it was gonna, get right into it at the start of the season. This is literally the first episode. I'm loving this.
ミルコはレア室へ。貴様か。ノームの製造者。オール・フォー・ワンの片腕。
Yeah, motherfucker.
悪魔の手先よ。
We're on your goddamn tail. Ooh. Oh, God damn. I'll fuck with these halfway trans. They've always had that, and they've used it in different ways in each season. But I fuck with this season. That's cool. It's like a little wallpaper for each character. That's fucking dope.
九州の時みたいになんなきゃいいけど。やはり戸籍登録の通りではないようだな。イレイザーが抹消で見た途端老け込んだ。
Oh, he's super fucking old.
なんでこんな使い方だよ。なんでこんな使い方だよ、ジジイ。俺のダチに何してくれてんだよ、ジジイ。
Yeah, they kind of already got him wrapped up here. Like, I don't think he's gonna be able to do shit unless. And apparently he's still working on Shigaraki, which isn't gonna be ready for a month from now. I don't know. There's no way it's this easy.
もてあそんでは捨ててきた。あまたの者が言ってんだ。次はこっちが奪う番。
Yes, sir, Aizawa. Bro, this shit is going at 100% already, and it's not even the most crazy shit yet. Oh, shit.
2倍による生成物は抹消でも消えん。いいこと知ったわ。複製技術の存在が分かっていたなら警戒すべきじゃったな。いや、無理な話だ。トゥワイスの個性。複製だったか。
Oh, he was a duplicate? Oh, shit. Oh, there's this motherfucker.
信楽戸村に夢中で他事一切分身に任せているなど知らんものな。しかし忌々しいヒーローめ。この病院を捨てたいものか。
The fucking chair. It reminds me of Dr. Eggman from like Sonic.
どれだけの設備とどれだけの時間が必要か。
Holy shit.
個性ストックを揃えるのにわしがどれだけ苦労したか。
Those are all quirks?
すべてが詰まっておるんじゃ。わしの人生すべてが。
Oh, go ahead, Mirko. Oh. Nah, she's nasty. Bro, not only is she fucking beautiful, she's strong as shit. Do not fuck with her. Mmm. No way, that's the end already. I want more. Alrighty, guys, what another amazing reaction. I mean, holy shit. Like I said, I've read the manga and I haven't seen any of this shit or read any of this shit that's coming to this season in like over a year, maybe even 2 years. I don't know exactly how long it's been because the manga is super ahead. But damn, bro, they coming out the gate with this shit, bro. They starting the fucking the business right away, dog. That shit's crazy. They getting right into it, and I'm fucking with it. I mean, that was the first episode, and I wasn't expecting it to get to this like situation so quickly. I thought there was still gonna be like a little bit more, I don't know, like setup. They just kind of talked about the operation, and then boom, we're in the middle of it, and we're at the start of the operation. So, you know, it's looking like it's gonna be all out war, baby. So I'm excited as shit. You know, they got all the heroes. They even got the the students helping out in any way they can. More with it, just like support activities, like evacuating civilians and stuff like that if the fighting gets too crazy. But best believe, if it ever comes down to it, Bakugo, Deku, Todoroki, some of the big dogs, they definitely gonna put in the work and fight if they have to. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure everybody can expect that. But, I mean, even some of the other characters, I mean, there's some of the other heroes that are also you know, pretty strong, not like super OP like those three, but you know, like Ida, you know, he powered up in that training arc, and he's like super fast now, and you know, he can definitely do a lot to help out. And so, you know, it's straight up heroes versus villains, baby. Like, we get into this shit. So like how in the beginning of the episode, we got a little bit more just like the rundown of like what's going on inside the, you know, Liberation Front, or Paranormal Liberation Front, with Hawks. And you know, he's been a double agent this whole time, and he's gotten a lot of the information from his little buddy Twice. You know, they're pretty close, and Hawks teaches Twice a lot of things, and Twice trusts him a lot because of how close they've gotten. Which is kind of naive, because he doesn't know that Hawks is a double agent, obviously, and he's leaking a lot of information to him, and in that case, thus leaking it to the heroes. But he just doesn't realize it, and he's just a good-natured person at the end of the day. Like, you know, he just everybody is working with villains, or a liberator in their own way for their own reasons. It's not necessarily like they always just want to destroy or kill, like Shigaraki. So you know, Twice is just a good person, and so like that's kind of, you know, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because it's kind of naive of him, and that's what's leaking so much of their information to the heroes, and is what set up this operation in the first place, and gave him the hint to the hospital, and like got him on, you know, the doctor's tail, All for One's right hand man, and the reason, you know, the whole reason why this, you know, has came to fruition, and how much they've been able to accomplish so far in starting this operation, and just, you know, all the information and hard work that Hawks has put in. So like that was really cool to see in the beginning of the episode. And then we see the police force explaining, you know, All Might's good friend in the police force explaining to Endeavor and the rest of the group of heroes on like what the hell is actually going to go down, what the plan is. Endeavor and his group of heroes, they're going to go to the hospital and confront the doctor, try and get him to submit, capture him, whatever, and see what's good at the hospital. And at the same time, the other group of heroes, Edshot's team, is going to go over, which they're out in the mountains right now, where some of the other, you know, students are, and you know, they got two separate groups of heroes. These dudes in the mountains, they're going to completely try and stop and confront the Liberation Front while they're in their little meeting for the day, and keep them occupied there, while Endeavor and them are, you know, keeping the doctor and whoever else is over there, like the Nomus and stuff, occupied there. So two separate groups. Operation has just launched. I think Deku and his friends, well, we saw Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, and them, I think they're with Endeavor, just not like right with Endeavor. Like they were up on like a hill, like kind of like near the hospital, and then like, what's her fucking name, Yaomomo or Momo, is her name just Momo? I can't remember, but she's the one that creates stuff. I remember her hero name is Creati or whatever. Her and a couple others, Kaminari, Tokoyami. I think I even saw Mineta there. Like those, there's some of them. They're out in the mountains for the Liberation Front meeting. So we got two separate groups, and shit is about to hit. I mean, shit literally just hit the fan. Like this is the start of it all. And like I said, I didn't think it was gonna hit the fan this quick. I mean, this is literally the first episode, so you can expect like this whole fucking season to just be insane. So I'm excited as fuck. I'm sure y'all are. Like this season's gonna be a banger, bro. Like I'm so excited. I'm so fucking happy this is finally here. Waited about a year since season 5 ended, I think. So yeah, dude, I'm so excited. This shit is gonna be bussin'. But I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you guys did, please do like down below, comment, let's have a discussion, and subscribe if you're new. Plenty more reactions where this came from. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I might watch a little bit more of something else, or I haven't decided yet. Maybe some House of the Dragon, or maybe some more Fire Force. Haven't decided yet, but regardless, I'll see you on the next video. Your boy Fox is going to get out of here. Y'all be good. Deuces.